Hey, Mark Rodriguez here, and here are my overall thoughts and opinions on SteelcityCon for August of 2019. Now, I say August because the con actually happens more than once a year. There's one in December, and I'm not 100% sure if there's one like before August, but I do know there's one in December. Now, we never actually went to the December one because there's always the potential for snow and blizzards or whatever. It's kind of hard to pre-order your ticket and kind of make that kind of commitment without knowing what's going to happen like the actual day when the week actually comes. I remember there was one con where a couple of years back where the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, was going to be there in the December con. We really wanted to go, but then when that weekend finally came, it was like, blizzard, severe, weather warning, traffic warning, whatever, and we just didn't want to chance it, so, so it's kind of hard to make that kind of commitment for December, but August is a pretty good one. And I haven't been to the August one in a while. Last time I went to there, my brother was there with me, and we got to meet Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Yeah, NWO for life. And the cool thing is, if you go to the website still, like all these years later, if you go to the SteelcityCon website and go to their photo gallery page, like we're still there on the front page with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. We're all wearing our NWO shirts. That's pretty awesome. And special shout outs to Chuck Rodriguez, who also appears on like page 3 or 4 or something, also posing one of the celebrities. I forgot which one. I think it was Rob Van Dam or one of them. But, you're looking at the picture as I speak, so you know who it is and everything. And I really doubt I did anything noteworthy to appear on the gallery again, but I'm not going to complain, right? So, for this year's celebrities, we had George Takei. We've had Ernie Hudson from the Ghostbusters. We also had Ron Perlman and Ray Park. So these guys are guys that kind of have, been at the con a couple of times before. So they've been there before. And I think one of the bigger ones, maybe not so much in bigger of stature, but bigger in the sense that they haven't been to the con like so many times. We did have Leah Thompson there from the Back to the Future movies. She was, of course, Lorraine. We also had Gates McFadden, who was Dr. Beverly Crusher from Star Trek Next Generation. I always had a crush on her back in the day. And we also had Kelly Hu, who was, of course, Lady Deathstrike in X-Men 2, or X2 if you prefer. She was also in Surf Ninjas. She was also in Friday the 13th movies Getting Killed. And she was also, of course, the voice of Karai for the TMNT 2012 cartoon during the entire run. So that's pretty cool. That's like, had about 4 or 5 seasons, so that's like a lot of voice work there. And we also have Tobin Bell, the guy behind the Saw series, who Chuck Rodriguez is actually hanging out with as we speak, since SteelcityCon Day 3 is actually still in progress as I'm filming this right now. So this was not paycheck weekend. I kind of wish the con was next week instead for my payday, because then I would have had a whole bunch of more stuff to buy, because they have so many cool things. Of course, SteelcityCon is just full with all kinds of toys, old and new. You're going to get like retro stuff like He-Man, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe and stuff from back in the day. Like the actual figures from back in the day, not re-releases, But you're also going to get like all the Funko Pops and cool like giant swords and weapons and things to buy. There's all kinds of crazy shit. There's like a giant shopping extravaganza over there, and it's kind of cool. And I had to kind of curb my spending this time, mostly because my main thing was to get an autograph and a photo with Kelly Hu, and it's kind of cool. Of course, autographs are kind of costly and stuff, so most of the money went there. Of course, I had to eat food as well and stuff like that. Now, so basically the con experience for me, as I've been there so many times before, is kind of familiar, hasn't really changed much or anything. We basically went there, looked around and stuff. We went to find out where the celebrities are signing. They're usually like where the art gallery is and everything. And Kelly Hu's booth was empty, and we found out that she was at the panel. And it was a Friday the 13th panel, so yeah, let's go check it out. So it's a Friday the 13th panel, and they were talking all this cool stuff. I liked it though. They were talking about all the different things they did, mostly about the practical effects, and they were asking stuff like what was Jason's favorite kill, or the effect, what was the effect that was more impressive for them to try out and stuff, and how that compares to CGI here and there. I like how they were joking. There was one time where one of the guys, where Kane was talking about some other movie he saw, and the guy was on fire, and he found out that, like, there were like some parts were on fire, but the rest was like all CGI. And he was like, well, fuck that shit. I mean, I had to wear an actual thing and be like almost completely engulfed in fire and actually get real burns back in the day, you know. So it's kind of funny them talking about stuff like that. He was talking, of course, in a joking manner, just a comparison between now and then and everything. And yeah, Kelly Hu also commented on like how she always gets killed in most of her movies. Someone pointed out that it's also funny because in most of her movies she gets strangled. She's like the most strangled character. They kill her by strangling and everything. And now I think about it, in X-Men 2, she also died. She died in that one. And that one really sucked because she was brainwashed during the movie. We never got to see the real Deathstroke. She was brainwashed by Stryker throughout the whole movie. And Wolverine didn't know. Wolverine just saw her as another bad guy to kill. So he killed an innocent woman without knowing. She died without... Her last memory was probably whatever before Stryker kidnapped her. So she died without knowing why she died. So that was pretty tragic. And I don't think many people know her character. She's a minor character in the long run for the X-Men franchise. But damn, that was tragic. That's fucked up. So, yeah, lots of things I wanted to buy, but I wanted to avoid. They did have the Sub-Zero ice cream over there. That was cool. I love the Sub-Zero ice cream. I liked it the last time we checked it out, so I just had to go back for seconds. And I had to avoid the Wild Bills. Wild Bills was there, and they had their mugs and everything. I had to buy a new mug if I went there because Johnny got to keep my old mug for safekeeping. But, what can I say? I was walking with the Sub-Zero ice cream with this very crowded area. It was incredibly crowded because, well, it's Saturday, you know. It was incredibly crowded. It was very hard to not, like, you know, dump ice cream on myself or someone else or whatever, you know, drop my spoon or whatever. So I was thinking that, like, if it was that annoying with the ice cream until I ate it and stuff, like, it's going to be annoying to walk around with a metal mug that's full of root beer while I'm starting to, like, avoid the crowd, not spill, and my bag with me, my camera with me and everything, and that would have been kind of annoying. So I was like, you know, I'll skip it. I had to avoid the fudge. The fudge was there in full force. I had to avoid the temptation. No, do not spend money on fudge. It's going to get all eaten up anyways, you know. So in the end, basically at the con, I kind of checked stuff out. We attended the Kelly Hu panel. Well, the Friday the 13th panel that she was there. Once the panel ended, I went to get in line with her. The line wasn't too long. I got there pretty quick, so that's pretty good. I got there like the moment the panel ended, I just left and went there, so the line wasn't too long for her. I think obviously the most crazy, longest lines I've seen were the lines for George Takei and for Ernie Hudson. Yeah, so, you know, I got to meet her and, you know, talk a little bit with her, get my autograph, get my photo taken. Then from there, I kind of walked around, checked out more things, you know, got the ice cream, checked out stuff, you know, just took some pictures of awesome cosplay people. Like the guy that was Chewbacca with the stilts and stuff, he was like a big hit. Everyone kept coming over to him, taking pictures of him over and over and over and over and everything. Everyone was just lining. He was also a celebrity in his own right because everybody was like just lining up to get their picture taken with him because the costume was just so well done. The stilts were well done. It was like a person that like you know it's stilts, but you can't really tell as much that it's stilts compared to other like people with the tall cosplays. It was just very well done costume. So shout out to you, Chewbacca on stilts, because you were like a superstar. Like you should be in the photo gallery. Everyone was like lining up taking pictures of you. That was pretty good. And yeah, so after a bit of shopping here and there, that's when we kind of call it a day. A friend of mine was watching a bit of the I guess the Ernie Hudson panel. So from there we're like, yeah, we're ready to go home, and we just headed back and everything. So here are some of the things I got, which isn't too much, but I still got. Mostly what I got, because I couldn't resist, they're only $1 each, were more of these Ninja Turtles packs that, of course, you guys seen. I've been getting them lately with the TMNT box. I don't know if the next one's going to bring them or not, but you know, so I got a couple. They're pretty cool. I'm surprised they had so many. There was like the store that had all of these, like from the Alf TV show, fucking Alf, man, and from Back to the Future, Gremlins 2, Batman and Batman Returns, and just all this old stuff that I used to collect. Like I wish I could have just bought like a whole shitload of them because I used to have them back home and I lost them all, or I have to, you know, have to leave them behind with moving around through life and everything. But like I used to collect the Turtles, Batman, Gremlins 2, the new batch when it was like new in theaters and everything, you know. But yeah, I at least got me some of these. I don't know what's the backstory. Did someone just raid an old, like, did they raid like the Topps? Because yeah, Topps card. Did they raid the Topps like old warehouse in the 80s and found a shitload of packs that were never sold? I don't know, like, why all of a sudden these guys are coming back, but you know. So then, you know, gotta support independent comics. I got these comic books here of the Tap Dance Killer. Apparently she's in another comic book that's called Apama here, and she's a character that appeared in issue I think 10 and 11, and I guess she became like you know, how should I say, popular enough to get her own series. So I got to talk a bit with Tom Sakura, and Tom Sakura got to also autograph them and stuff. So I got to talk to him and everything, and yeah, we'll check it out. We'll see what happens. He said it's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like mystery stuff mixed with Rocky Horror Picture Show and everything, so I'm kind of curious about it, and we'll check it out, and I'll probably review on the blog. It's always cool to talk about some of these independent people. He's like the writer, and he actually got like an artist doing it and stuff, so we'll check it out. It looks cool. I'm kind of curious. And then, of course, the one thing I did want to buy, and not want to leave the con without buying, was the actual shirt. So I got the brand new SteelcityCon shirt. There's the new ones that are bringing their years. I'm glad that it had a different design. It was always the same black design. A couple of years ago, I didn't buy a shirt because I already bought that design. I'm not going to have two of the same. And I think last time I was there, they didn't have any shirts at all. So this is a new design. It was pretty cool. And also, on the way back, we also hit Clem's Barbecue. Haven't been there in years. Awesome, amazing barbecue. And I swear, you could order, like for $10, you could order half a chicken and like a fourth pound of ribs, and you're fucking done. You're full, man. Like, damn. And so I got a shirt. I already have a red shirt, so I decided to buy this like marine blue shirt. And I just love the like, don't claim me now, YouTube. But we got the whole of the nice racks, big breasts, juicy thighs, and warm buns. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of funny. Yeah, next time, you know, again, it wasn't payday, but next time I'll probably get one for Johnny too in his size, or maybe he'll join me too. Who knows? So anyways, guys, I'm Mark Rodriguez here. It was an overall fun experience. Got to see lots of good stuff. Talk to lots of cool people. Get some cool things here and there, even with my, you know, tight budget there. And hey, I got to meet Kelly Hu and talk to her for a bit. Got my picture taken with her. That's pretty cool. That's probably like, I guess the biggest of celebrities I've ever met in my life that wasn't either a wrestler or an anime voice actor or whatever, so, or a cartoon voice actor in the case of Rob Paulson. So it's kind of cool to meet an actual person that was in, you know, actual Hollywood movies and stuff. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. And if you love all these classic things, all these toys and comics and things, and want to meet all these cool celebrities and check out all the giant props and either show off your own cosplay costume or see other people in cool cosplay costumes, check out SteelcityCon. It's awesome. I believe it's Pennsylvania's premier comic book convention type place, so check it out. So anyways, guys, signing off for now, and we'll see you next time for the next convention we ever get to, whichever that may be. Catch you later.